Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, from me and the turkey birds here in the Highland Desert. Hope they're all saying hello. I hope everything's going good for everybody. Floors are holding about 80 degrees. That's normal. That's summer temperature. So the when they're that high in the wintertime, you got to understand that this is like living in the summer here. This really worked last year. Um, I have been going through the dilemma of what I want to do. Either I want to get a bigger tank, which I really don't want to do, with two elements, which I kind of do want, but I don't really want to go through the hassle of the newer tank. Um, or to get another one of these inverters, but a dedicated 220, and then I can pull the same trick with this one element. If it was a bigger tank with two elements, then I could pull a double trick. You know, I mean, it's one of those. Um, but is the I don't want. I'm not gonna like do this for everything, but it's simple math is what I'm trying to get at. If you're using a 220 element, the resistance on it, and it's a 2,000 watt element. Let's just use that arbitrary number. 240 volt at 200 or 2000 watt. If you apply 120 volts to that same element, don't change anything, just change the voltage. Is that element's going to burn 500 watt at 120? It's gonna cube the wattage down. So is I can burn the tank through the daytime at 2000 when there's sun, and then flip it over to 120, and then burn at 500 through the night, through the other 16 hours, or more, probably 18ish hours, through the wintertime. The So it didn't really make any difference if there was two elements doing that same trick or not. I don't have much more power than what I already have. Is what I'm not. I'm not trying to invest big into anything. I'm just trying to pay it all off. This next coming year, I'm hoping. Don't know if it's really going to work out that way, but I was hoping to get a well drilled, shallow. You know, we don't got to go very deep here, about 160. Get all the water we need. The um, I just needed to get debt free before I got that far with the stuff that I needed, like hence the solar and other stuff too. I mean, there's way more. The floor that I'm on right now wasn't even poured until 24, and I moved out here in 2014. So 10 years I lived without the concrete on the floor down here. But I lived upstairs for the most part of that. I've only been like developing and finishing off the downstairs, and it's not finished or whatever, but it's getting closer. And it's all 3/4 inch OSB inside and out. So I mean, you can do pretty much whatever you want here. It's a shop. This is not my house. This is my tool shed that I live in. That's a better way to describe this because that's all it is. It's just tools. Uh, that's all I wanted in the divorce. That's it. Just my tools. She could have everything else, and that's all I wanted. Um, and it worked out. And I didn't even take them all. That's the sad part. This is not even all of them. But I did have a lot of tools at one time. Uh, but with tools, you can create and do anything. There's nothing you can't accomplish. My dad used to say that nothing is impossible. Some things just cost more. And that's the truth of it, you know. Okay, yeah, old turkey birds are doing their thing. This year, I'm going to rely a little bit more on the wood stove, and not like heavily rely. I'm going to keep doing the same solar as I did last year, but instead of like pushing it to its limit, it's already hooked up, so I can just light a fire now. Last year, I didn't have it hooked up. That last little bit, and it lasted all the year before I got the pipe hooked up. So it worked out pretty good. But this year I need the ash for the garden. Just a bunch of other stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get the other inverter is I want to get like 220 appliances or 220 stuff that I want. Um, One paper cutter that I saw that was really good was 220. Um, oh, there was a couple other things that needed 220, and so I've been really wanting it. It's one thing I don't have. I got the power, I got the batteries, I got everything, but I these both make 120. This one was supposed to make 220, and the unit failed, and it did never work from the get go. It was the same company that made this one, and these are made by the same manufacturer, two different distributors, and the one I was going to get, now this company or one like it, same manufacturer still, is makes a 220 unit that I'm going to buy, and then that way I can have 120 or 220. You can get like bigger, fancier units for like anywhere from 1200 ish to 2400 ish, somewhere like that, or much more expensive. I mean, I'm not saying that's the low end is what I'm trying to get at, and that make 120 and 240, but it's just money. I mean, that I don't have, so I'm gonna do it the way I got to do it. And I was going to get two batteries this year, two new batteries, the big ones down here. Not real sure if I'm going to do that or not. When I go to 48 volt, I will. Right now, everything is everything except here. That's 12 volt. That's 12 volt, or it can be whatever it wants. It can go all the way up to 72. The midnight in the middle. Um, but this is all 24 volt. When I go up to 48 volt, I'll probably just sell this to neighbors or whatever like that. Uh, there's a lot of need for solar here. Solar that works. You can buy a lot of this stuff and it just simply doesn't work when you get it. I've been blessed or whatever, or just worked out the programming and it works well is what I'm trying to get at. Um, the and this one even came with a big bad advisement, do not buy or whatever. But I don't think it's the people who make the inverter. That's Victor. It's the distributor, because I bought the exact same model or whatever, but in 220 from the same in deal, and they just had shitty service, y'all. That I just wouldn't highly recommend them at all. That blue one is pretty good. It is losing a fan though. There's a circulating fan that's failing in it. It'll have to be replaced. But for what they cost, like less than 300, like two something, like way less than 300, you can't beat that price point. Sorry, not compared to 1,000 to $2,500 a unit. You can buy several of these things if needed is what I'm trying to get at before you have to do anything different. And that's always was the case. I kept a couple hundred back just in fear that I needed a new one. I just buy one and throw it on the wall. But they both can handle the house, the complete load. Just one unit can handle the entire house. Matter of fact, this one over here, there's another inverter that's bigger, is what I'm trying to get at. And it could handle the entire house, this 12 volt over here. And I just keep that on, running, whatever. If any one of these lays down and drops a leg, I just take the plug and plug it in. That's it. That um, and it stays charged is what I'm trying to get at. If you don't use it, lithium don't die quite as fast. The inverters do burn about 5%. They used to burn a lot more than that. At idle is what, like this inverter up here was way more than 5%. That's my first inverter. Actually, there was one before it. It died and it got replaced by this one. Then the other bigger ones as I got more power. This has been a long, arduous uh, trip out here, but it was fun. I mean, to be honest, if it hadn't been for the difficulty or the hurdles or the overcoming, I believe I would have got tired of being paralyzed way the fuck sooner than I am. I mean, I am now. It's over 10 years, and I'm just tired of limitations. Is all. And more than anything, I'm just bored of being broke, because being paralyzed is stupid expensive. Everything costs more. Even if you hire a contractor or whatever, you can get estimate over the phone, and they'll, oh, it'll be $1,000. They come out and they see that wheelchair. This $2,200 right here, just because they saw the wheelchair. And if you think that's wrong, go try that. It's the truth. It is sad, but it's okay. You just get tired of living like that. It's the same thing with living with billionaires. Everything that they think that they can extort you with, social media, whatever, they're going to. They're going to leverage every emotion, and I'm glad that bozo from Meta or whatever got sued and he had to pay. I can't wait till Elon Musk has to pay a couple $100 billion for the child pornography and shit that he's doing with this AI Grok thing. That's just sad, y'all. Good news. I don't know if anybody y'all heard this. I used to be a Twitter, the old Twitter. I loved it. I loved the being able to connect with people around the world is what I'm trying to get at. I got off of Twitter about just after Elon Musk bought it. You could just the seething rage and racist neo-Nazi bullshit just oozed from it. And it only got worse, is what I'm trying to get at. But what I was trying to say, what I was oohing about, is Twitter is coming back. He doesn't own that name. They filed a deal, and it's Twitter Now, I think is what it's called. There's another, it'll just check that out, Twitter Now, and or the Return of the Bluebird, whatever you want to Google. And but it's like $20 to like show your support, $40 to like really show your support. They only have two options, but compared to, and this is not like a monthly subscription. This is just a one-time thing to get them to launch. Help launch like I don't know the name of that is, like bootstrap programs or whatever they call those, the fund me sites or something like that. But I thought about dropping 40. I mean, and the one thing about it, I guess, is if there's no billionaires, no trillionaires, it belongs to the people that created it, just check it out. I mean, I ain't saying nothing. But I did hate that I lost a lot of people that were following me about the hemp and about other alternative stuff on Twitter. But compared to putting up with his shit or just like shutting off and not turning it back on, it was a pretty easy choice. Elon Musk is like what everything wrong with the South is. That's just the easiest way to say it. If you don't like the stupid people that's Elon Musk. If you don't like, the the uneducated drug addict trying to tell you how to miraculously change your life. Yeah, I don't care too much for it. I got messages coming in from other people. I can't see what that is. It's all good. It's just starting out a busy morning, and I just wanted to kick this one out here. I think now y'all seen what happened with the CIA guy going to Russia. We had a Spectre, one of those spook electronics planes, circling Kaliningrad. I guess we called him on the carpet on that one. And is Putin like honestly looking to invade or do whatever to distract? Or yeah, he is. He's wanting a mass mobilization because nobody in Russia is playing the game, and the only thing they're afraid of is NATO from 30 years, 80 years of brainwashing. That's it. They're just like NATO's that big stick. Like everybody says, ooh, the Russians, and everybody thinks there's some competent military force. Was that a psych and a lie? They're not. You know what I'm saying? That's like the U.S. military. We were the big, overpowering, bully of the neighborhood. All you got to do is run out of missiles. Trump has showed every one of our vulnerabilities. Trump has showed every one of our limitations. Trump has showed every one of our shortcomings. He's exposed everything. And then some people still say that you know, he's not influenced by Russia. That's just a fucking lie. He's horribly influenced by Russia. Um, yeah, it just this is just not a good direction that we're going, y'all. Um, in Canada, reciprocating the tariffs, they need to. They need to double down and do it 2-for-1. Um, and just stop this utter shit. And when they started only going after the red states, that was poetic. That's just rich. Get a taste for your stupidness. I mean, and anybody who's still supporting this orange faced clown, well, I can't help you anymore. There's just no help for you. If you can't see what's wrong with this, or if you keep, well, he's our man. We love them mean tweets. I mean, wow. What? Wow. And I'm not even talking about the $5 diesel or the $4 gas or the stupidly ridiculous grocery prices or the other failed or the loss of jobs or any of the other bullshit that he's done or taxing the people with tariffs or any of this stuff. Just wow, I couldn't even think of this guy as being president when he was tagged with the felonies. It was like, if a felon can't vote for president, how in the fuck can a felon be president? This has not been a presidency. This has been a crime spree. And he's been pushing it to the absolute limit. And he's just surrounded by sleazy people. There's always going to be an ambulance chasing lawyer that's going to give you shitty advice. Because at least they're going to get paid. Because corporations, whoever, are always going to pay legal fees. And then people like Trump just get a kickback on the legal fees. He has his hand out like a drunken whore. He takes money from anybody who has money. He'd steal your sneakers. He'd take your lunch money, steal your sneakers, buddy. He is something else. But I don't know. It's just the way it is, and that's what we got to work with. And we got bigger stuff, but it's really not relevant. But we do, I mean, I just don't know how to, I don't know how to say it or make it make sense anymore. But just hold on, because it's going to be a hell of a ride. That's all I'm going to say. Next little bit. It may be now, I caught a lot of shit when I said it a few years ago. When I said that the last election that we had was going to be the last election we had, and then everything else was going to get corrupted from there on out. And I meant that. And now y'all get to see exactly how desperate this little orange-faced weasel gets in the next 65 days to the election. He's going to do physical gymnastics. If you ever thought that obese marshmallow man could do some contorted shit, wait till you see what he does the next 65 days. It's going to be amazing, It's never in the 250 years of our country's existence has anything like this shit ever took place. So hang on to the ride. It's going to be a wild one. Talk to you then.